The whole entire vibe I had in mind for tonight was kind of just, you know, kicking back, taking it easy, settling in. Great name or greatest name? For what, him? He's doing alright. Yeah. Whoa, why are Sapsar is just getting full priority in the chat tonight. Is my chat box just bugged? The man's gotta know. Which is it? Oh boy, we're just... Okay. You broke something for sure. What did you do? It's because I haven't answered the question yet. The system just needs to know really badly. That's bizarre. If I just kick over to this black screen, that should be BlueStacks and is set to BlueStacks. What's up, Ethan? Hello, this is the Void talking. Oh, sorry, it was the wrong. I was selected on the Phantom BlueStacks. It's a common misconception. You never select Phantom BlueStacks. It's just spyware running on my computer, I guess. All right, chat box. Are you gonna behave? We just did a stream. All right, we'll see if we get one more. What's up? Oh boy. Yeah, we can just kinda... Alright, chatbox might have to go on timeout. Because the only other way I know to possibly fix this is just turning the stream off and on again. Alright, I apologize. Chatbox is on timeout tonight. It's misbehaving. It's attention seeking. Yeah, stats are just straight up out now. I guess the event doesn't start for 2 more days, right? This is a little bit of an early Christmas present, let's call it. The biggest thing that changed for me since the last Luke stream is I am definitely... I wouldn't say definitely. I'm gonna play my cards a little bit straight. I'm just gonna see how the stores come in, but I'm probably definitely not going for Luke. The sticker shock on Rebel Officer Leia Organa is intense. God, chatbox. Alright, we're just gonna have to disable this in every single one. Can't you just behave, chatbox? Can we just get along? I might have to reset the API or something. Yeah, so... I am kind of curious to see, although like, any raid mechanics, I don't think we ever really got to see ratios in the past. I don't think Luke is going to replace Supreme Leader Kylo at all. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, context damage raid boss. So 600% offense, there is 0% chance that that's going to replace Kylo at all. So let's see. Base stats. Very, very good physical offense. I want to compare... Let's drag a couple of contenders just from the damage pool. Who else is good? Kind of like Poe. Poe's kind of a dark horse for damage lately. But Special always kind of cheats ahead, so it's not really a fair comparison. You could say the same for Yoda, but it at least gives a frame reference. So he's tying Yoda. That's very... Kylo's still edging out, and then Kylo, like, this is a 480%. Do we... Wow, we still never have the actual... I never... Like, we got the ability to test race, so I just kind of stopped thinking about it. We still can't get ability text on the ultimate. That's unfortunate. Like, I think, so, one way that this comparison is a bit unfair is the AoE, right? I don't... Unless I'm just having a massive brain fart here. Luke is just single target. But, if we're just viewing the characters in context of each other, it is important that we get the full picture, right? Sounds fair? Sounds fair. So I think Luke, as I recall, I legitimately just got home like 5 minutes before I started the stream, which I worked on my method for getting stream stuff set up, and I actually got everything done in 5 minutes, so. Let's see. Pretty sure basic is 200%. We saw this with Rey. I actually think that these might be the same exact numbers as Rey. Or 203% was in the Mandalorian. That compared a lot with people like Resistance Trooper. Yeah. So let's see. I would say this places him in a pretty competitive spot. If I don't think it's fair to do the Kylo comparison, but if we're gonna draw that, him being a physical damage dealer, this 30% critical chance is basically a dead stat unless we're trying to factor for something like a General Grievous matchup or something where you're looking at 80, 85, 74% crit avoidance mod depending. Sometimes 50 for unmodded characters. But otherwise, this is kind of a dead stat for most matchups. 30% crit damage on top of 25% offense and attacks ignoring defense. All of that is going to add up. It's very good. I think with everything we discussed last time, my general feeling on him is still mostly the same. This health and protection does mean that, and even this amount of base offense with these types of ratios does mean I think you could cheat him a lot more towards a bruiser build. I don't think you need to build him that much for damage, especially you've got some stacking offense down here. It's got a reset condition that isn't per turn, but it's a little bit close because of his cooldowns. I definitely think you could favor him. I want to say, like, I'm just straight up, assuming we're going his lead, you're not budgeting any speed at all anywhere in this kit. This is the first character, because even on Droideka, and like Droideka is the character most people would probably go back to assuming for this, I think Droideka wants speed in some matchup scenarios. You want him out of the gate fast so that you start using that Zeta. No, this character is just straight up strong, independent boy who don't need no speed mods. I would say you could probably go something like a... Generally, with this much crit chance, that leans you immediately towards crit damage set over offense set. You could go crit damage set, crit damage triangle, and then either health or defense set. Actually, what's his armor? 56%. That's on the higher end, too. That's really high, actually. I mean, again, Kylo's not a tank, but, like, what's a good here? Just pull a random character out. Who's a popular tank lately? L3's numbers are a little bit weird, though, because she's budgeted for stacking defense mechanics. It's just a good... Salvar is the same. Let's do General Kenobi. General Kenobi's a little bit cheating because he is notorious for his armor, but this is actually a really good comparison. Look at this. Kenobi is a character, we can go to 5s in a second as well, who armor was kind of his shtick, and Luke is right there. Very, very close. That's wild. So as much as we talked last time about him not having a safety net, and this is still a concern for his team, Luke himself, I think, is going to be okay. I'm going to dip over to 5s, because 5s is the other character who was kind of old school known for this. Yeah. I mean, 5's thing, as I recall, is he just had way less stats budgeted for his health and protection comparatively. It's not actually true. Memory's a little bit wrong there. Wait. Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't going crazy. When I pulled the tab back up, the cookie defaulted back to Relic Tier 7, but it was showing Gear 13 stats. I had a moment there. I was like, I know you're lying to me, website. I know you're lying to me. Trying to make me look bad. They're still about on par. 5s was always kind of the armor king, but like this still puts Luke probably top 10, maybe top 5. Very, very, very good stats. So we have a kit that doesn't need to be built for speed, and really you could take it either way. You could say his durability is good enough that you don't need to... I think no matter what you do, you cut a 30-70 split. You're either taking him higher damage with some bulk, or I would probably favor him 70% bulk with 30% damage. I don't think you need to go much beyond set plus triangle primary. Oh, very, very important. We need to check this right now. This was the number one question that we did not know, is do mods actually affect? Leader ability, speed query self instance. We're dipping into values that I don't know that we can fully extrapolate. Okay, speed query self instant to me sounds like character just checks their speed value in the encounter and assigns that to the context value. This it's in all caps especially too, so you know it's serious. This is more abstract than we've ever really seen in ability text that I can think of. Wild. I wonder where Flare Boot is. I wonder if he's seen anything like this. He pokes around this stuff as well. This is really hard to interpret it still. I still feel like I don't know for certain. I guess the good news is Wales will probably have him within 24 hours and you can just test it, but... boy, that is ambiguous. Speed checking handler... This is all, I'm pretty sure, just checking to make sure that the target is, in fact, higher than Luke's speed before reducing. Okay, yeah. General impressions, I don't see too much to complain. I mean, again, just sheer damage dealer, Kylo still wins out pretty handily. Especially you consider he just has better base offense, more source of ratios in his kit, including an AoE that will always just put you ahead in damage, plus a stacking mechanic, but that's basically all I would really say for this comparison, because beyond that, it's not really a fair comparison. Kylo is still the damage king. Luke is not going to dethrone him there, but I just don't think that they are intended to do the same thing right now. Luke is just sort of a offensive wildcard the way I see him. Although with a base speed of 112, why does this formula keep on coming up in matchups now? This was a thing in Darth Revan. I think this was a thing. Yeah, this was a thing with Rey teams. So essentially, there's a concept that you need to know where. So the original example of this, right, is in Darth Revan Rear. So let's say you have Darth Revan 1 at 344 speed. And this is the offense 1. And he chooses to use Force Storm. So then you have like Bastila 1 will use the same number for the same team at 314 speed. And Bastila 2 is at 317 speed. Because you are changing the speed mid-fight, Bastila 1 essentially has a final speed that isn't 314, but isn't just, you know, Ferocity is what, 75? But so it isn't just 389 either. You essentially have to take Bastila's turn meter. So let's say she's like 91% or 90, I don't know, 95% of Darth Revan. So you basically take 314 and multiply it by 0.95, and then you take the final speed and multiply it by how much turn meter she's remaining, so it'd be like 389. And don't take this as exact, but this is just me spitballing to give you an example to understand where I'm going in a second, times 0.05. And then you add these two together, and this is essentially your final Bastila speed. So this was always done to calculate your own speeds in the past. For Luke, this is going to become weird, because you essentially replace this with Hermit Yoda, and then Bastila 1 becomes the entire enemy team. Which you only really need to know when the first one is going to go, but depending, you know, Old Ben isn't going to be cranking out 300 plus, right? So if they're ranging 290 to 320, there might still be... Actually, I do want to make sure on this while we're here. there's going to be a point where there might need to be a speed mob threshold if the idea of Old Ben Hermit Yoda is still the assumed way to go. Did I grab the wrong thing? You want Heroes or Eyes? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So Hermit Yoda going first will assist and will give people 5% turn meter. So it does help people like Old Ben a little bit. Helps people like Old Ben a little bit, and then you're subtracting their speed pretty drastically. So it might work out. But again, the way that this works is the faster Hermit Yoda is from other people, the greater this effect is, right? So like, I know math is boring. Right, if they're at 85%, well then suddenly the final speed just went down pretty drastically. Because in this case, this is 112 times 0.15 instead of increasing the speed, we are taking this down tremendously. So this is essentially gonna dip down well below 314. Yeah. I thought it was being like my prediction of like, oh yeah, 130 to 150. I didn't think it would be 150, but 130 felt like a sweet spot. 112, especially if you want to get real tinfoil hat theory crafty, you could say that there's an argument to leave Luke at gear 12 without any right side pieces, just to get him even slower. What's up, Deco? Drop says they made a dead post earlier today with a few clarifications about how the lead works. No, I extremely have not. Let's poke. Yeah, I have been out and about all day, just zero. Kit description update. Should I be worried, chat? This looks like a nothing sandwich. Or is this what we need to be looking at? Because the text itself doesn't look like anything. This wasn't really the question we had, right? I don't know why they felt the need to clarify this. I felt like the old kit already did a pretty fine job of explaining everything. The questions we had were, do mods, like, does base speed mean it ignores his mods? Speed up and speed down still apply. I mean, that's kind of cute, I guess. Like, just overemphasizes the lockdown. Yeah, I mean, okay. That's cool to know. I do kind of like that. I wouldn't really call it consequential. I don't... Does this explain, like, if a character is given speed down so that they fall below Luke, does it actually help them dodge it? No, I don't think it does. I think it's such a fringe case, I don't think it's really worth talking about. Right, it's not like it's something that you could do deliberately. It's more like Luke would need to know for team building. If that would be a problem somehow. Okay, yeah, I don't... Clarification doesn't really help that much. Yeah, character looks sick. Still... I mean, I'm poking away at stores, but I don't think I can realistically justify working on him. I'd like to. I think he would be fun to have for streams, but the buck kind of stops there. Flareboot, hello, you're here. Do you read anything into the wording on this lead? To me, this variable saying query self-instant sounds to me like it would count as mods. And then you start to get into arbitrary named variables here that I can't interpret at all. Dave says, are we going to have enough for 2 Jedi teams? Depends on what you're asking for. Depending on how long things go or don't go, I was thinking... I have yet to do my day 2 CMs, and... Again, the plan was never to become a TB expert, but here I am. I have really good CM completion rate. I never asked for this. Chatbox still misbehaving. I have no faith, but look, there's only one way to find out here. Okay. Chat still on strike. Yeah, the question is, do you think that this... The question is, will his mods count for a speed or not? I think that they will. Yeah, I tend to agree. It's just, something named this specifically is just a little bit clunky. Again, we are... I would argue we are well past the point of... Not armchair developer is the wrong way to put it, but just... We're kind of reaching beyond our means, because unless we could actually work on the game and see how variables are being tracked and quantified, it's a little bit hard to speculate on this stuff. I mean, actually, no, I take it back. This is just essentially repeating the context value. No, okay. This is really all that matters here. This is just passing to this, and then this is being used here. To the holo table? Yeah, I think I've said most of what needs to be said about Luke. Character pretty good, stats are excellent. Speed is lower than I would have expected to see for the kid archetype, which that's a good thing. It's good stuff. I don't think I'm getting him. Character looks great. Can't wait to not get him. We'll see. I don't even like if he comes back in 3 months. That might be a little bit sharp to reach. I don't know. So yeah. What even is Grand Arena anymore? Hello. This dude was a little bit interesting to read, and I got the right read after all. So you can look back at GAC history from before the... You know, normally on swgh.gg you can only see the last 4 weeks. If you edit the URL, you can look back at 5v5. This dude used to post Kylo on defense. This dude posted Kylo on offense in 3v3s. And I don't know that I really subscribe to reading people's past GAC histories, like, way back beyond the last 4 weeks. Like, my strategy, my modding was all completely different 5 weeks ago. If you try to look at that and predict what I'm doing now, it's generally not going to work out well for you. Maybe Rey on defense is a safe assumption, but what can I say? I put too much damn work on this team not to use it. So yeah, they attacked me. They full cleared me. They failed plenty along the way. I really didn't expect this team to be the team that did it. And I didn't feel great about putting this team on defense, but also really just because I really wanted to use them on offense, and they didn't get a hold, and I don't think I'm going to put them on defense again. I just want to play them. I just want to have fun with them. Also, assuming he tried to imp trooper this, I put Baze in as bait, and it looks like it might have worked. I don't know what happened there, really. Lost to Shock T clones with CLS, what, they gunned down Chewie immediately? It's Shock T clones is one of those things where it's like, this isn't that bad, and then just anxiety could spike immediately. Let's see, that is a 6 dot crit avoidance. Good stuff so far, sir. I can't fault him for that. I think I think my Magna Guard has 6 dot and my B2 has 5 dot, so I cannot shit talk. we work with what we got, right? B2 will not do as much damage what the offense said, but it's okay. Alright, we'll Jedi this. Sorry, I have not had a chance to poke at any of this stuff at all. We might have to... Is it time for the Mandalorian? It very well might be time for the Mandalorian lead. I haven't tried this against Padme, and not having Kira is a little bit sweaty for the lack of protection regen. But if we Hermit Yoda the Grievous team, we're not going to have the tenacity that we crave. Are you throwing any curveballs? No. No. Forget GL's JKL looks more interesting to play with. So the way I'm trying to sway myself, because like for me, Kylo, it's more of an easy choice, but like imagining between having Kylo and Luke or Kylo and Rey, or a bottle I just knocked over. I hope that wasn't loud. I think the threat, like just sizing someone's account up with each other, Kylo Rey versus Kylo Luke, unless my predictions are wrong, which they could be, I don't think I don't think Jedi Luke is going to become a defensive powerhouse. So worst case scenario, if you're fighting against Luke in only one GL, you're thinking like, okay, that kind of sucks. You know, he's probably going to take one of my teams for free. You know, maybe it sways you to post a little bit lighter defense. I don't even know if that's a safe assumption, but like, you know, I really used to really like the idea of Rey plus Padme on defense. I don't think that Padme is going to fare that well in the matchup, especially with Luke being this slow. Very, very, very important distinction. That kind of changes things up a bit. I just think double GL right now is just such a monolith. I think it... I don't know. JKL is also another team that can't instantly solo everyone. You know... we kind of coming back to the safety parachute issue, right? Like, what's his tenacity? That is not... CG had been following a common trend lately of giving characters boatloads of tenacity, and Luke missed that boat. You would have to... So his stats could warrant a full tenacity set. I will say that. He does have enough stats elsewhere that you could get away with it. But tenacity down is everywhere, and the boy cannot handle that. So, yeah, 47% absolutely is tragic, as Flairboot says. Okay. This is a pain. This is a decently nice fork. This is a pretty solid quality GGT, and the only thing that would make me more scared here is a Relic 7 Watt. But the potency is enough that we have a little bit of a Hermit Yoda fork. We could try to get cute here, which is not something I usually do. Though... We're increasingly just turning GAC into territory battles. I hate this so much. Old Ben adds some interesting flavor. I don't think Old Ben fares well against B2. The Zeta Taunt doesn't really do much. He's really just there for mind tricks, and that's not a great reason for him to tag along. You know what? It's 5v5 ships, so this isn't a super crazy high value season. I want to poke at some odd ideas that I've had lately. I want to try Mandalorian against Padme. This will be the litmus test. I'm curious. This is going to be kind of an interesting fight. So Hermit Yoda is going first here. Not the best. It's a high quality Magna. So I've had a feeling lately that I think well-modded Grievous teams actually might scare me less. Or like well-modded B2s and Magmas. Mostly because they will be much harder to kill, giving us a lot more breathing room, right? Look, we're not critting right now. Let's see. Grandmaster Yoda has buff immunity on him. That's not great, but I would love to get a stun here that we did not get. Still no savior proc. There we go. Okay, we got a swap at 100% turn meter. Still gonna be a bit. But right, look at this, right? If we had a potential Magna Guard dying right now, I would actually be much, much, much more frightened. At this point, it's more just about waiting for the second mark. We could chip away at their crit chance, or we could just keep B2 asleep. I kind of want to keep B2 asleep. We have one target lock, so they have decent value against us. I'm a little bit worried that Basilisk buffs are going to bring him too low. We're getting in the ballpark. I'm not a fan. B2 cheating on the activations a little bit. This counter a chance is pretty good though. Okay. This will be our mark. Jolie still hasn't actually had to use Mark yet. Grievous is starting to stack up in a way that I'm not comfortable with, but he is pretty high turn meter. So I'm not a big fan of these considerations. I might just do this the long way. I don't think I've played this matchup this way in a long, long time. Yoda dies. I'm not too worried yet. We have the new Master's Training Reset Zeta. It's pretty comfy. The AoE was a little bit sweaty there just because I think we reduced B2's timer by a little bit, but I don't think we're going to struggle to kill him at all. If we splash here, it's a little bit sweaty. This taunt is about to come back and we'll reset the mark on B2. Yeah. I'm a bit surprised we got that turn meter reduction, actually. We have the mark back, which is great. Yeah, B2 is, or Grievous is just insanely stacked now. Not freak out time yet, but we're getting close. Okay, we're there. Damn. Not ideal. He has 3 fills, so that's not that bad yet. And we have a lot of offense budget. The big choice was if we mark B2 or Grievous second. I think we ended up having Basilisk. We could have just marked Grievous there and gone for it. Huh. Let's see. The initial mark would have probably popped him below max health. B1 didn't really heal that much, actually. We had stripped enough stacks. Yeah, maybe a chance to, or definitely made a choice that could have played out a little bit better. Alright, let's poke with this other plan to see how this leaves everything we have left. What considerations? Watt could tag along. I don't know if that means we necessarily need Mando lead then. Yeah, Flare, I agree. It's interesting. It could have... The concern I had, I actually don't even think I had that much target lock at the time. The concern I had was just GG being at high turn meter plus the general potency strips. I didn't think that the mark would last that long. Plus we had just cycled Master's Training. We lost it on Yoda and put it on Jolie, but yeah. You'd have left that with Watt dead. That's actually a really bad habit I have too. I noticed that a lot. I think I did that exactly the last time that JKR versus GG failed. Anytime I fail, I just immediately back out. For some reason. I just always stick that. Or I never stick any changes. No, what definitely would have been fine, although I think we're just gonna murder him with this other option. Let's play this safer. I don't think using Watt gets us punished here. We still have a pretty... Oh. It's different. Okay, am I being mean? This looks kind of out of place. Maybe it's just because it's off-center. Like, they didn't really tell him how to line up for the photo correctly, or like they were just nervous to do it, so they just said like, yeah, it looks great, man. I assume this isn't deliberate. His squad assigned one is still the old one? Huh. I mean, there's no rework announced or anything, right? Just... You lie. Or do you just mean here? Nope. Still lie. Caught. Alright. We give her the tank tech piece. We don't really have a reason to save Kira anywhere else. It would more just be a consideration of what being a waste. Let's just do it. I believe. Someone lied to me then. Believe everything you see on the internet. Tank piece. Sure. Problems with an overqualified Watt. Alright, this will be kind of annoying for a little bit. We just need to auto basic on GK. Why is my team not horribly dead yet? Watt's just too good now. Oh, we need auto basic. It doesn't matter this early on, but targeted on Anakin. Yep. For right now, we're just kind of waiting for him to stack up, so the targeting could be on Ahsoka for all I care. The Watt tech piece is going to help us in that we're not going to have offense down permanently from C-3PO, so that's nice. It was Gum, I blame him. Fair enough.
Is anyone there?
I actually don't know that this is gonna take this long, actually. Like, it's mostly 3PO with Shakti that ends up making me nervous. Look. It went sideways into territorial war once and I just have some PTSD now. Shakti makes me extremely nervous. What character gives protection back? Who does that? It's not allowed. Content. Shock in general makes me nervous. Yeah. I just wish her AI wasn't random. I wish, like, even just for team building with Shakti, like, if I could put Shakti in a team and guarantee that her first turn is going to be a GK pre-taunt, that would be sick. But just, like, she's just a wild card. It's just annoying. Alright. 3-minute kill. That's actually, yeah. The Watt tech piece definitely helps a lot. I mean, it's not surprising, right? Like, it turns out not having offense down helps improve your ability to kill people. Come on. I don't think this will hit, or I don't think this one-shots Padme. I think we gotta go around the horn again. Oh, she's got triple translation now, so her heals should be coming fast and furious. Nope, there we go. I was right. Ha. Do we even bother targeting Ahsoka? I mean, we probably should, just because she doesn't have locked protection. Man, how fucking bold. Like, I still... This Luke event is so ridiculous. Like, I don't think I have all of them favored anymore. So this is where I'm at for Kylo prep, right? It's like, it's okay. We have gear saved up, so it's a little bit misleading in terms of like how far I actually am. Like, we've got some furnaces, cuffs. Like, we're coming along. But like, you look at this and it's like, okay, there's like 4 characters to gear and 5 more to take to gear 13. Compared to done, pretty much done. Like, it's just literally just gearing Rolo, Captain Han, and then Lando, who is already gear 10 halfway to 11, needs more gear than this. Is actually insane. Does Mando's lead bring anything that matters that Farm Boy Luke wouldn't also get you? It's mostly just that I don't have Farm Boy Luke Zeta, so just less interested. Actually, so I will say, I've talked with Clash about this, you could go either way. I do like the speed, especially in this case, since we have Kirli giving us protection on hits, and then Watt Tech piece. I think, why am I not finding the Mandalorian? I personally like the speed, because essentially the way that the Nest versus Padme dynamic goes is you either you have 2 options. Either you run slow Nest, where you are just letting her crit damage spike through the roof to the point that you're just going to one-shot people. Or, in my opinion, you park her about 250 speed, so Mandalorian lead puts her about 270, and the goal that you really want, if you look at the general people that Padme are usually using, is you want to get in on people, you want to pressure them out before they can heal back to full, right? So, like, you know, if Nest is more in the 170 ballpark, especially if 3PO is landing turn meter reductions, once Padme gets triple translation, she'll be calling the Mass Assist more, slows her down even more. I personally like, especially against Shakti, this is huge against Shakti, especially if you don't have the Watt piece to get the offense down off of you. I think that the speed is essential, because if you are slow, this essentially increases the clock of when you will start one-shotting people, because it's not, instead of having to one-shot them from 100% health, you are now fighting and competing against 100% health plus 35% protection. I think Deco is saying, I don't think he's talking about ignoring the taunt. I think he's saying that it wasn't dispelling. And I think that might just be GK retaunting from the protection up being dispelled. At least that's my assumption. I'd have to like specifically go back at the footage, but what's the verbiage on his Zeta? Is it just other allies? Another Galactic Republic ally, so that actually doesn't check out. Ah, screw it. We're here. We're adults. I'm curious now. Hey, looks like my fail. Oh god. My stream is way too long. What am I doing? Talking about Luke. Am I thinking? So my prediction, I think Luke will be one of the least obtained characters in the game right now. People have been working on Galactic Legends. A lot of people will probably choose to continue to work on Galactic Legends. And Rolo, the sticker shock, is just ridiculous. So unless it's just... I mean, look. A lot of people like Luke. A lot of people want Luke. Like, that will probably raise it a decent amount, but, like, just for where the game is at right now, like, it's hard to actually go for Luke. Okay, so let's see. So Nest dispels defensive taunts. I'm pretty sure that taunt, or Nest dispels defensive buffs. I've always thought that taunt was considered in that category. See, but the thing is, it doesn't look like the taunt is actually being removed. Like, what you're saying is correct. GK would just retaunt anyway, but I think it is right. It doesn't look like it's actually being taken off. Nestkit says it would remove taunt. Yeah. This is weird. Right, like...
Heals everything.
Yeah. I think it might be right. Oh. See? Everything we were doing earlier is still topically related. Let's pull this up for the stream. Is this worth reporting? Like, CG got their wording wrong? Because technically, this is the only example I've seen of it saying another ally being inconsistent with actually just being all other people. Let's see. But for Magma's taunt, Magma has a retaunt mechanic built in if he counterattacks. It's only 70%, but... Oh, wait, Deco, I did... Okay. I had... So my day 1 mid-TB had this happen. This mid-CM, last time I did it, it was easy 4 out of 4. Especially on day 1. Yesterday I did this. Magna taunted, and like, you know, team had pretty solid amount of dispel because Ahsoka is there, and I was just trying to use her to dispel. I know that Ahsoka has 2% chance to miss. Does she have accuracy? No. But the Magna taunt just wouldn't go away, and it wasn't like he was counterattacking either. I was playing around it. I was like doing, you know, Shock T calling Ahsoka to assist twice just to, you know, do a non-attack. Do I just jump into this now just to, like, tinfoil hat? Because I definitely just had an experience that felt like a Magneton wouldn't go away. If you came for Grander Istream, you came at the wrong time, buddy. I don't know. Is there interest in this? I mean, I know it's a little bit out there, but it is working, damn it. These are the LSTB teams. How many points did I score? Last TB, it was 4 out of 4s all the way down the roads. This TB, I was 0 out of 4 because I just got stuck on Magna. I couldn't kill B2 or Droidica or anything in time. It just, like, the Magneton just would not end. Alright. Screw it. Why not? This is GK, right? I want redemption. I don't mind doing this on stream. Oh, for GAC? We've killed one team so far. This is a very ADD evening this evening. We're still in the lead though. I made a bad choice in JKR versus GG. Man, I don't know why I even made that choice. I do know why I made that choice. It was just a tough choice. I went to kill B2 second instead of GG. But yeah, I don't think I actually put an announcement out about this, but I basically reached the point where I can 4 out of 4, because I actually did 4 out of 4 the South Jedi mission on day 1. Again, this isn't going to be the TB to get like the money screenshot that's like 60 plus CM. I got 50 CM completion or wave completion last time, but I forward this, I forward this, and completed this. I beat this with Padme clones. So at this point, I should be able to, assuming I don't screw up anything next TB, I should be able to get 4 every single CM as well as a special mission completion. I think Padme clones is going to have some unfortunate RNG. Like if Droideka just decides 5s has to go first, it might be a little bit awkward. But other than that, once 5 sacrificed, Padme clones really felt okay for most of that. Yeah, killing Kalani with this team comp right here was incredibly sweaty and took a long time. Oh, Flurbit, did you try Padme Nest? Or Padme Nest, Padme clones? Like, it feels really good. So I have never liked Padme. Yeah, it went awfully. Wait, what? TB is a topic. It's just gonna take a very in-depth go. B1 Gunner didn't end up feeling that bad for me. It might. So TB is just so much revolving around its own skill set. I'll see if I can try to showcase it here. Watch me just bomb 0 out of 4. I'll try to talk about it as I do it and hopefully not screw it up. Doing it live. That's just the GKSM, right? Yeah. We're not doing that. Alright. One thing that's a little bit unfortunate in this is the initial setup just doesn't feel that great in my opinion. Or at the very least, it's just a little bit annoying having to deal with Droideka. Let's try to count hits. So if we do this, we'll get 2 hits. Ahsoka will probably do, I think, triple hit. And then Mass Assist will kill B2. And I'm pretty sure Ahsoka is about to go second here. Let's give... I think we just basic, actually. I never tried basic before, but... this should one-shot B2. Yep. That dodge on Droideka assist was pretty fortunate. Droideka assist just chunks. Wait. I know for a fact that Anakin AoE just didn't dispel Droideka. Ahsoka had to come in with the follow-up to get it. Anakin AoE can't be avoided, right? Or that's only with Padme there, I think. Okay. This is, so imagine Magna was taunting and B2 was still alive and Droideka had his shield deflector on, and this was where I just got stuck last time. Ahsoka assists. Okay. Everything normal this time. Counterattack happened, that's expected. Maybe a little bit weird with the days now that I think about it, but... we could just heal up GK. We should have increased the cooldown on Droideka unless he dodged it, because we did dispel him, so it's possibly RNG dodged. I wasn't looking for it. We could just try to heal up GK. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We'll dispel Magna. He can't... okay, yeah. He has nuke up this turn. Okay. So one big topic I want to talk about with TB is wave exit and cooldown usage. So, like, let's look at how this exists right now. We have a Droideka, 1 overcharge stack so far. He'll probably get to, I think it's safe to assume he'll get to 4 or 5 before he's gonna go. So if we use this, it's gonna have a pretty good chance, I would say, of putting us within kill range, but this is also a 4-turn cooldown. And especially with General Skywalker on the team, this is a huge topic, or this is hugely important, I think, because if you use General Skywalker in the South JKR mission, General Skywalker has a very, very hard time with chilling the fuck out and letting you slow burn the end of waves. That's actually one of the reasons why this can be a little bit sweaty. In this case, I don't want to lose GK. I think that this is still just generally worth doing, so... okay, not that bad. GK lead, pretty tanky. Shakti, we either have the option to basic or give GK a little bit of love. Shakti cycles quickly. Let's just do the crit immunity. This team has a pretty good amount of sustain, but I don't really want to mess around with it. GAC should be able to handle the Strattica with double reduction offense up. We could just basic here. Okay, that's solved. The GK is a little bit sweaty right now, but I specifically checked to make sure we got the reduction on lunging strike, so it's not that bad yet. Let's see, we should have a cooldown cycling around soon, I believe. I hope. Let's see. Ideal play here. JK I don't think is back around to giving protection up yet. Okay, I'm wrong. He is. We increased the cooldown on GK, so I don't think that he's going to have the lunging strike. We managed that correctly. I kind of just want to do basic here. I really don't feel like blowing this cooldown either. Okay. I kind of want to hold on to this for next round, but I also just want to heal up GK. So in this case, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Ideally, you would just want to cycle basic, 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 and just kind of go around the horn. Gas just sucks horribly at that. Preload is decent. Yeah, I don't hate this preload. Not really the most compelling options for Shakti to give buffs to either. It's basically just either speed up on Shakti or GK taunt, in my opinion. I just don't think stealth is really that compelling of an option in most cases. Because we use that mass assist, which I think ended up being the right choice. Yeah, let's just do crit immunity. Let's play it safe. Okay. Counting turn meters, I don't think any of the brothers Anakin are gonna go before. So I don't think we can finish this off with a AoE. I think we probably just double Ahsoka. Okay. Not thrilled about this gunner timing, especially with him having offense up. This definitely looks spooky. The odds of GK dying here look extremely high. Okay. Let's play it out. I don't think I've had GK die before, but I don't know if that's really necessarily disastrous here either. We just need to play properly. So if we do an AoE here, we could double increase, so lunging strike is just way far out. I kind of like that more. Let's see. If we aim the AoE here, Ahsoka assists, we can try to curve this onto Commando Droid. Okay. Double increase, gunner gone. No one really needs healing yet. The basic is rough, but I think it's fine to just leave cooldowns. The retribution gas is so annoying, dude. Alright, so this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? This preload right now, like, gas is just so hard to work with. we wouldn't want to end this wave with this. Ideally, like best case scenario, I think we would get is if Ahsoka finishes, because then we'll be about here, here, and then about here. Like that would be good. But we have offense up, we have crit chance up. This Geo Soldier is probably just gonna go. Oh, perfect. Shakti is faster. I think the preload will be best if we can end the wave with this assist. We'll blow the heal, which kind of sucks. But we'll have Ahsoka immediately ready to go. This is kind of sick. We can get this. Nope. Damn. This is the stuff that you want to be thinking about, though. Like, ideally speaking, you want as many people to be near high Terminator as possible. The other thing that really sucks about that move not being the kill shot is we have the choice to either, like, Ahsoka basic, even with her being relic, even with the buffs, the odds of this killing are fairly low, so now we either need to make a greeted play to try to win and try to save this so that we can use this next turn to try to blow somebody up, or we have to use this to just to try to set up a good preload. It's not a great position to be in. We reduced him a couple of times. I think we just need to greet it out. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I don't think Gas has AoE up. No, I think he does. Okay. This is a pretty sick preload from that perspective. I think we're kind of enabling a B2 activation here, and I don't think we can play around that. I think we kind of just have to go for it. It'll give Shock to you some Terminator as well, so it's not the worst. No Anakin. Wait, why was there no Anakin follow-up? What just happened there? That was acting like a... fair enough. I thought that was only on the elites. Yeah. The more you know. Alright. We use this to cleanse Ahsoka. We'll hide her. She's in pretty good danger of still probably just dying to B1 activation, but we'll at least take out B2. Okay. We actually did not. This is actually pretty salvageable. Okay. Mass assist will heal everyone up and give protection. I can't say I hate this. We're going to need to turn pretty quickly on Sniper Droid, though. Pretty sick targeting for us there. We got the auto dispel on Magna. Pretty much saved us all the time we need. Anakin's about to go. He can finish off B1. I kind of like the idea of pushing back the clock on BX. Although, I don't really want to leave Sniper alone that long either. BX, in pretty much all of my experience, has always used this first, which hurts, but it's not as scary as Lunging Strike. So the clock on Sniper Droid hitting 15 is a lot sooner than Lunging Strike. Let's go with this. Yeah, I think... Like, Anakin, I'm not crazy. Why is Anakin not double striking B1? Maybe it's just... Is it because of the... Like, I get the not losing droid battalion stacks. I don't know why Anakin didn't follow up there. Weird. Yeah, like he double strikes. I don't get it. Anakin needs more healing, but the gas reduction would help us kill Sniper Droid sooner. It's a little bit of a tough call. I kind of like giving it to gas here, just for killing pressure. Let's do it. Alright. That's painful. I'm not a fan of this retribution. But I'm also not a fan of what's going to happen next. There's no way that this basic kills, so there's no reason to do this. Maybe we just try to go for a buff immunity here. Terminator from Shakti, that's actually pretty sick for us. Alright. It's a close race between Gas and Sniper Droid. Let's hide him. Alright, sick, we got the reductions. Not bad. She's in stealth, so he can't counterattack. Lunging strike, got its clock. Pretty much, like, that is... Whew! That is some very convenient timing. I think in terms of conserving cooldowns, I think we just have to blow the AoE for protection, just to keep Shakti kicking. Alright, Gas next turn, we can just continue to make sure he's not an issue. Alright, Shakti, please chill out a bit. She was in stealth, maybe it would have been better. I don't know. It might have been safer to do basic here. Okay. I don't think we can really afford to save the Shakti cooldown. The preload is okay. One thing that's nice about the T-Series droid is you can kind of just blow turns cycling, right? Because they are pretty beefy, especially if it's the elite. So we could try to line up the perfect preload. Gas being this low is generally, I would call, an unfortunate way to enter the next wave, right? We just use the mass assist here as well. I think lunging strike is low. I don't think he can dump truck Shakti. I think let's just go around the horn a bit. We did just lose the protection up, so that's a little bit spooky. Ah, okay, we're fine. I don't hate this preload at all. The only thing that's a little bit unfortunate is I would love to heal Shakti, but I would also love to just guarantee that gas reduction, offense up. It'll definitely end the wave. It's not perfect, but let's do it. Alright, Elite Dooku is a complete pain in the ass. Basically, the only way that we can win this wave is we get a park General Skywalker in stealth, so Shakti must live. It feels kind of insane not to go for the initial daze, but if this goes south, then... Or, like, if he doesn't land the daze on Dooku and the counterattacks get ugly, then this gets real ugly. I would love to turn the clock back on you a little bit. Okay, we got the days on Dooku. It's not too bad. Asajj being here is also kind of a pain for... You know, you kind of want to keep Anakin hidden. Yeah, that's still on Shakti sucks. Okay. Gas being the healthiest, this is a little bit awkward, but we kind of just need this to start so we can start pressuring Dooku. It's not my favorite, but this is the way I won this mission before. That's pretty much as expected. Really a low amount of crits coming in from Gas despite having crit chance up. I might need to look at that modding a little bit. I noticed that happening in some earlier waves as well. Yep, that's a little bit ugly. We gotta back off with Ahsoka. Damn. We didn't have days on Magna, I don't think, when we used basic on him, so no AoE this turn. Yeah, this should just be a loss. 3 out of 4. It's possible? No, it's not. Okay. But that's generally the stuff I would say you should be thinking about. I feel like I saw some weirdness in there, but nothing really related to what we started off with, talking about the taunts. I feel like I had better decision making in there than fighting JKR versus GG, to say the least. How do we want to play this? We could just do... Huh. Wasn't quite what I expected, but I don't think it really changes too much. I'm pretty sure my Gs are still faster. Oh, man, first order would have been so nice to have against some of these teams too. They didn't even get a hold on defense. Why even live? Why bother? Yeah, this is the. I was in this situation before. I failed and I just dipped out instead of sticking the Watt death. And Padme against Watt is just a completely different bag of worms. Unless you know it's a team where B2 is spec to be tankier, so he gets the tank piece. Padme otherwise is just ugly. I think, like, if we do this, we could just go for a gas solo on someone. So we could just do Shack into lads. Feels a bit overkill E, but I'm also pretty sure that Fies will definitely sacrifice in here, so. Overkill nothing. I think Echo should still be potency build. Yeah. RNG still gonna RNG, but happy to have it. I kind of just want to mass assist now, try to activate B2, and then just cleanse it off immediately. That sounds fun. We still haven't gotten a Rex turn, which feels insane to me. Weird. I don't even know whether Terminator really played out that way. Alright, can we please take a poke? Or are we just gonna kill Magna now? Is that what's happening? This is playing out really annoyingly. Like, we're still healthy. And GG, well, I don't think there's any way to avoid GG self-cleansing, resetting, and doing an AoE. Which I don't think will kill Rex this turn, but it's still annoying timing because we're not going to go... Ooh, I think Shock hits 100% off of this. Okay, this is playable. Good shit. This will be playable because Shock's going to get 100% 2 meter from this, so we can go for Watt. She'll have mass assists. But they had to counterattack it below 100%. Dude. Okay, this is still playable now. We're getting a bunch of bonus turn meter. Okay. Can we stop counterattacking him? I mean, I knew this was the bestie matchup, but how inconvenient could we get here? To be honest. Alright, let's just jump on Watt's Wild Ride and see who's gonna revive. And Magna Guard. That's actually not that bad. This team is too deadly. It's just annoying. It's not even fun anymore. I think Rex might actually be... Stop. Okay, I'm not even playing the video game. I'm just not even here. I think... I think if we aimed... So if we aim at Grievous, then he's just going to fall below 100% and mark B2 for Rex Nuke. If we aim at B1, he's going to reset and there's no real difference, but at least Watt's dead. And I don't know if there's any way that we could have... That is just that matchup pretty much every single time. I don't think that we even landed a successful Echo Grenade, now I think about it. Okay, so he still didn't hold Kylo, but... Yeah, I think we're perfectly fine. I think we win this easy. I mean, knock on wood, but... Now imagine that matchup with that Watt there. Yeah, but if Watt wasn't there, like I said, it's just a bad habit. I do not like losing attacks for whatever reason, so in my mind, I just always immediately just go to the X button. I'm just like, be gone, get me out of here. It's a weird mental bias I have. Not a good one either. Alright, so threat priority list, it's kind of Kylo first, right? Padme kind of neutralizes any threat from CLS. We could... Let's check his mods. I'm pretty sure... Well, he doesn't have Hux or First Order Officer, so... You're the only real TM threat, and you are... Okay, you're not... Okay, you're 281. I'll give it to you. You're not that slow. You bring... 303. Okay. This has some potential to get messy for JTR, but I don't think that stops me from bringing GTR. Do I have Ahsoka? I do, so we could just like Ahsoka 2v5 this, I think. Do I trust Gas with the full solo here? I mean, the damage here isn't that crazy. I think you could. Padme is this. What do we... Do we do CLS versus Night Sisters? Every time that I mentioned it being scary before, it never actually went scary. And then the one time that my stream DC'd and no one could see it, it went exactly the way I always said that it went. It's a matchup that should normally be quite messy and uncomfortable. Best case scenario. Sometimes it works out. That doesn't. Oh, we don't have R2. Does this make things awkward? It definitely makes this. I'm a bit uncomfortable. I assume Geos are not. It would take a well-built or well-set-up spy to be able to successfully land a kill shot on that crew. Wait, we have DR. Why do I have DR? I have DR. I've never played this matchup. How can this go bad? I mean, they'll get some protection regen. Shock will block the heal. Is this a better team to bring than... Why do I feel so uncomfortable right now? Like, best case scenario... Ray being R2 being with Ray, just... We might have to promote T3 back to the big leagues, which isn't something I really expected to say anytime soon, if ever. Like, I'm not crazy, right? There is a extreme sense of impending doom for me right now. That, like... Like, look, JTR 3PO is a delight, but especially with Resistance Trooper in this team, the fragility is just always there. Man, I don't. Okay, quick math. T3 only had like 200 speed, right? So he's not going to be going before either of them. Crew has the pre-tone Zeta. First count, dude, I don't even know if she has. I don't know if any of these remaining Resistance people had mods. I don't know why this slipped through the cracks on me. Yeah. So, like, if we want to bring someone who's going to benefit from the 3PO mass assist. Yikes. This feels ugly. I'm not comfortable with this. This... Like, I was thinking maybe something like this. Like, straight up, like, so Kylo ran AoE, and then I have plenty of respect for First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter pilot. Okay, let's mock draft this. Let's just try this on. I think Crew would end up being a bit of a pain to kill, but I don't know that it would end up being that terrible. Messy? Maybe. But we have DR going first. We outspeed them. We're going to get a 5-man insanity. I don't think that this could go that poorly. Overkill away! I was kind of hoping to do DR undersize on Night Sister, but yeah. I kind of just want to delete you. No, I'm not a fan of your speed up. Ooh, well, okay, this death mark means absolutely nothing. This is actually kind of bad for us, actually. I was really hoping for a one-shot there. We're just gonna kill them in, like, this move right now, and I'm gonna sound really stupid, right? Okay, not quite. He did some damage to us, I'll have you know. Okay, fine. That Crew was not bad either. I was not... Oh, my Sith Empire relics are actually getting better now. Fair enough. This is 100% a two-man job. Look. At this point, I say play to win. I was kind of like... So, my Sith Empire has been not the best for that long. And I'm not going to say that they're good now, but they're at least built to do more damage. Before, I pretty much just only built them for speed. Ignore this is just for TV. But, like... It's not a crit damage triangle, but that's what I got. Yeah, Relic 4. Relic 5 Malik. It's kind of coming along. Relic 7 R2. Interesting. I mean, as far as values go, you know, he does share some stats, so it's kind of a decent Relic 7, but I kind of went to Relic 5 and figured that was enough for me. I don't see any reason not to pad my this. I feel like just hard counter nature plus... I don't think we need anything else, right? I think we can save 3PO. We could just bring Barris. Why not? Let's see. R2 is gonna smokescreen before we get a chance to do any courage bombing, which kind of sucks. At the same time. Actually, you know what? Chewie's gonna dispel as well, and I don't think... It looks like we're actually are a bit ahead in speed. It might be worth just bombing. Let's try to... Yeah. I'll take that. Alright, he's gonna do mind tricks, so it would be ideal if we could... Try to get an Ahsoka bomb before Chewie goes, which they're probably about to get an up turn meter. He's going to go first because he just got a bunch of increases, and there goes most of our protection. Good stuff. I mean, we still have Padme protection bomb coming around. I don't know that it's really worth using this right now. It's going to take another one of these. No? Does it? Is that? Oh, it might not be Zeta Ult Ben. Fair enough. Burn gets us a bit of extra protection. I'll take it. Alright, can I murder you now? 10 courage. We need about 15 more. I don't think this kills. I'm wrong. Only 5 courage here. I doubt this one shots. We could just go for R2. Close. And look, I know, my Barris isn't great. Doesn't mean I have to be a dick about it. Getting countered by Hunter is kind of fine. Actually, why did R2 stealth everyone but Chewie? I didn't, like, I saw it and I didn't really process it, but yeah. Is it just because Old Ben's gear 12, so Chewie has higher health plus protection? That would be really tragic for his defense team. That would be very, very tragic. Han. Stop. Yeah, I think it's just relic mismatch. We missed one banner on Barris. I don't think anyone had a heal cooldown up though. Alright, is there anything we need to be worried about here? At all? It's actually pretty slow Dooku. It's been what, 6 weeks since I... No, I missed a 3v3 week, but... Yeah, we got speed. We're alright here. Why didn't Spy get... What is even happening? Why isn't Spy getting priority here? Maybe he didn't crit. That's annoying. I'm pretty sure I saw him at 100% Turbitor before Nest reduced him. Makes things a little bit annoying. I don't think it's that bad though. I just need to cleanse everyone right now. I don't think in good conscience we can reasonably go for kill on nests. Yeah, a little bit RNG doing this, but yeah, we failed it on Dooku. Taking out Droideka is not that bad though. As long as, yeah, we get extortion off of Brute, I'm not really worried here. It's a Gear 11 Django. Like normally I would aim this here just to get the ability block. I don't think we really need to. We could just for the sake of, because he still does have. Like he might be Gear 12, but most of our Geos are squishy Gear, or he might be Gear 11, but we're squishy Gear 12, so. I see no reason to leave it as a potential threat. None of the choices here are that great. I think it's just basic. Kind of like the idea of Dazing Nest here. basic, like the blind doesn't really matter that much, but the days is nice. Okay. Django killable. Sucks that Dooku isn't revealable, but I don't think this next attack is going to be that scary. Yeah. We're opening the door for stun extortion, but we want this tenacity up so we can bring Spy's turn meter up sooner. Alright, we did get stunned. It's not that bad. If we get ability block here, then we get a Spy turn. We just want to... Yep. 60. Not bad. I actually thought that was going to be 56. Pretty much everyone was right on the brink of Mercy Banners. Alright, we've made this mistake in the past, especially it being Talzin lead. I don't think we consider Gasilo here. The stagger was questionable. We had Django to whack in the meantime, otherwise I would have said it was fine. Time for dinner guest with Chewie? Oh. That is a 2-day feat, isn't it? Did this get changed? I am positive I checked this last night and saw that this was only 2-day. I mean, we could have just tossed him in with Nest against Padme. There is some feat that I swear I saw was 2-day. Am I crazy? Chat? Nah. Who knows? Maybe they changed in the patch. You can say. I know Lando Lobot was there yesterday. I swear that I saw it only having 1 round duration. I mean, we could. I don't think we really need to go hard on feats today. I think we just secure the win. Alright, he had 3 fails, we had 1 fail, and a messy fight. I don't really see a reason to push further. I still hate this matchup. I'm telling you right now, chat, I still hate this matchup. Do we just... Most of the time it goes fine. But it's just that one time. We could just do like 5-0 first. Oh, we use Ahsoka. That's right. Oh, that changes things a bit. I think if we pop in 3PO, I don't think we're using JTR. I think it'll be less ugly. Immediately stunned on Chewie, just how I like it. Alright, that was 2 kill. I don't know if I'd like that stance switch. I mean, we have Mind Trick, so we're gonna buy some time, but still a little bit ugly. I would much rather eat an Asajj basic, even at Relic, than I think a potential Talzin basic making the Plague worse. At least that logic makes sense to me. We'll have the old Ben taunt, which, I mean, technically we're losing some protection, but I don't think we can preserve old Ben's Plague anyway in time, or his max protection banners. Some pretty lucky dodges, I would say. Okay. Can we reasonably farm zombie once or twice to get Chewie to max himself back out without sacrificing all of them? I think we can, because this is +2. I think we can get this. It might be better to reduce. Let's just. The only problem is if we need Chewie to actually get hits in. Alright, if we translation call on Chewie. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright. Old Man Plague is leveling back out. I think that's about the best banners we can get. It's not bad. Ooh, malevolence. This is one thing that's really unfortunate about the state of my ships is I am still just not that comfortable with malevolence mirror, so I can't start posting GK on defense. Which, okay. GK at Relic 5, most people seem to just have Relic 7 GK now, so that already kind of dampens the point of doing it, but it's better than this. But I think I just can't in good conscience put or GK on defense, because I still need it for... Like, I like Malevolence against GK, and I like GK against Malevolence. I've gotten GK mirror down now, even at speed disadvantage. It's usually pretty okay for me, but... How can this go wrong? Like, we'll still have the self-cleanse, so the dots can't really stack. I don't see this going wrong at all. I think it's fine. Yeah, peace out, Flare. Not even a thing. We might even get grace period protection banners. Yeah. It's kind of sad that this is just muscle mode right now because we still don't have ship loadouts. I still never, like, there's no slam dunk for PW for me, generally. Like, it never gets to this point anyway. I think we should just leave it here. Maybe even arguably Ebon Hawk instead of Ahsoka as the second, just in case they do Millennium Falcon reinforcement, which is pretty common. We go Scaredy Cat. Oh, I'm not saying Ahsoka isn't nice, but just... You don't usually need more than 2 reinforcements, and Ebon has a nice finisher for Ebon Hawk, or for Millennium Falcon. I think we can get away with this. We'll Scaredy Cat it. Again, just have to secure the win. We're ahead right now. No need to risk it. Why? It's a low star hyena, so the 5 speed up. This is gonna throw me off a little bit. My normal turn order, I like to speed up hyena so that we get the Houndstooth taunt, but Sunfact didn't choose to stun Anakin anyway, so it's actually not that bad. Okay. A bit melodramatic there, but... Alright, triple target lock. This is already pretty much over. Yeah, I chose to cleanse Sunfact, which it's not a 5-star malevolence, or it's not a 7-star malevolence, so it wouldn't have called an assist anyway. Call on Platoon. I'm surprised Sunfact lives. Is a Sunfact relic? I have never seen a Sunfact live through a triple target lock, personally speaking. Yeah, like, as much as I say that Malevolence is my favorite fleet, it's hard to argue against getting a nice fives bomb. Which actually, I'll try to show this in a second here. The way that I do the slower GK mirror in Fleet Arena now is actually super satisfying. It usually results in a 4 or 5 man target lock. It's just the best. Yeah, it's a little bit of an awkward situation with Spy right now. Actually, we could have hit Spy there. We should have. Well, okay. We got Anakin anyway. Yeah. Waiting was fine. It paid off. It's kind of trying to decide between Ahsoka or Eben, but Eben at least brings in some extra turn meter. So he can... He has offense down. I don't think this shot kills. Oh. Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah, 66. Not bad. I think 66 is some of the better score I've gotten lately. Alright, I want to show this. I don't get the chance to do it that often because I would still just rather alternate the matchup, but let's see. Okay, so GK Mirror, I'm Relic 5, everyone on my ship chart is Relic 7, so I'm always the underdog speed-wise. So the way that I figured this out is... Actually, this is a little bit different than it usually plays out. I don't know why... Oh, my 5's probably is missing mods from TB right now, that's why it was so weird. My 5's almost always goes first. But let's see. So we always eat the days first, just like always. That's just what it means to have a GK slower. This is actually a little bit sweaty with Anakin getting this low this fast. It doesn't usually play out that way. But anyway, I don't use any of the specials. I just do basic on first GK turn. We'll show why in a second. We're basically just playing to get first reinforcement. Ooh, does Y-Wing? Oh. That's different. So basically the way it would normally play out from here is you call Plo Koon. Plo Koon gets the days off. You pop up turn meter. You're really just cycling basics. I can still show this even if this is pretty much a guaranteed loss. Or maybe it's not. I guess we'll see. I don't remember the mechanics exactly on BLT. Anakin was stealth there, so I don't know if it's just a random second target that gets hit by the ion missile. Alright, pop the AoE here. Usually I'm surprised that I'm going first. I think it might just be we had Valor on someone. Yeah, not the best target lock. Ideally, House Seal would be taunting, and then we get a 4-man, but... yeah, not the best damage either. But you get the idea. Usually, yeah, I'm surprised that I ended up going before his 5th reinforcement. But you get it. It's basically the whole AoE into target lock, but with a full board, so... Imagine if Anakin had an AoE there. I guess Anakin also caused more of a lack of valor. But yeah. That's actually the first time that the new method has failed for me. Although, let's see. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, ship banners just tends to be harder for some people to track, I guess, since reinforcements makes you feel like things are overcomplicated. It seems like it would be harder to track than it actually is. You don't really have to overthink things. Yeah, we're fine on feeds. We'll have to remember to have them tag along with Nest next time. Actually, wait, uh-oh. Am I screwed? Oh, he's activated. Okay, thank God. Whew! Playable. Okay. Well, I already did a TV battle. I don't know, I mean, JTR and Ray I don't think are that difficult or interesting either. JKR is probably the hardest, but once you get this, it becomes... Okay, once you get this, it becomes slightly easier, but actually it doesn't, because then you start having the opposite issue. using this can cause you to end waves too early, and the JKR squad especially really needs you to slow burn. Like if you look at this team comp, you basically want to preload ideally with Grandmaster Yoda and Old Ben at high turn meter. Grandmaster Yoda wants to preload for being able to, with his double attacks, you have basically 80% turn meter here, 100% here, and 100% here when you're aiming at a B2 or B1, which you're going to kill the B2s first. But it's Old Ben that really buys you a bunch of time against droidekas, against sniper droids, because, you know, the GK lead team that I did, there is some jank there, but, you know, General Skywalker brings a lot of the power. With this team, you're really just kind of stalling, reviving where necessary, and having Grandmaster Yoda just optimize where he can. And, like, if you let a sniper droid run wild on you, like, if you get a bad preload, then a sniper droid is probably going to kill you in the time that it takes for you to get the droid battalion out of the way. Because the moment that you're done with the B2 and probably the B1, the sniper droid is nearing 15 stack. That's where you gotta basically jump right on top of them. You became the target of 2 individuals during your climb. Deco, have you reached out to a shard chat? Have you found out if you have one? Because that sounds like you might. It's always... I don't... calling it a coin flip sounds crappy, but there's always a little bit of a risk involved when you reach out, right? Because you're stuck with the shard chat you're given, but you never really know if they're jerks or not until you actually try to reach out. The best you can do is just hope that they aren't. I mean, let's see. JTR, I don't even feel like there's really that much to show. Right, like, mostly the difficulty for JTR comes in the later waves. Like, once you stabilize with JTR, it's practically autopilot. The difficulty really comes in, and, like, once you get to day 2, day 3, day 4, where there's, like, double B2, double sniper droid. The strategy... Oh, wait, it's 9:20. Holy shit. The strategy I've gone to, like, at first, when I was trying to, like, control them, like, when I was trying to finesse it, things were actually going poorly. It wasn't until I just kind of decided screw it and switched to basically flooding the RNG tables that things started to go fine for me. They're from China? I mean, have you tried to, like, I don't know, translate to them or something? I don't know. Google Translate. Am I modded? I might just be unmodded. I might just have to hot utils off stream to be able to climb, which is unfortunate. Alright, I'm close enough, whatever. Let's... This mission is difficult, but this will be an interesting demo. I still really need a better diamond, if I can find one. It's unfortunate. Alright. Getting off the ground can be a little bit clunky as well, but it's not really something that I can really remember struggling with at all. Like, generally it's just a couple of spies, but, like, Savior at least will carry you through the early game. From there, you just have to make sure you execute everything properly. I think that's 5 characters, right? Okay. What could go wrong? Alright. Hermit Yoda going first is pretty critical in my opinion, just because you want to get out ahead of B2. And that is basically Grandmaster Yoda's primary job here, is just disrupt B2 everywhere possible. The spies do not nuke you immediately, they go for the other move first. So making sure that you splash a battle meditation in, just to make sure that they won't get turn meter by landing exposed on you, is also very critical. Ideally, you want to try to do it in a way that Yoda will be full 2 meter as well. So there's 2 ways you can go about this. Splash gets you 2. This gets you 1 but 100% turn meter. This gets you 80%. So there isn't really a great mark target on this first wave. You'll have JKR mark, but like best case scenario, it's gonna be what, like a Geo Soldier, and the spies are really the only major threat. Like everyone else is gonna hurt you, but not in a way that's gonna really majorly disrupt you. So one way to do this that I do pretty frequently is just Master Stroke into Battle Meditation. So it, you know, crazy RNG pending, B2 will always activate. You'll have Mass Foresight up, you'll have Tenacity, and nothing will get dispelled except for whoever B1 aims at. But it usually works out. I kind of want to try something a little bit different here. Call it a little bit more of a conservative play. It's not that much more conservative either. Alright. So we're technically wasting 1 group of 8 by having this splash here, but it's fine. So then we'll do the battle meditation. The spies are probably going to go next. Nope, not quite. This is why Old Ben is so good. So fucking good. Like, if you're wondering why I don't bring Basil on this team, this is why. No offense down here is a little bit unfortunate, but turn meter reduction, ability blocks, offense down, it just like, this essentially goes in 2 phases. There is the initial phase, which is just getting all of the droid battalion stacks gone and done away. And then in the later waves, we have to, like, kind of... You have to really go hard on trying to take out the sniper droid or the droidy cub before they can do harm that you can't undo, like a Jolie dying. But this just... so good. Legitimately the reason why he's in this team. That's pretty much it. So we have Yoda hopping for days. This is kind of a waste, but no one else is going to go soon, so you really might as well just take him out. Pretty whatever turn. This first stage is a weird balance of damage, or this first wave. I usually will swap with Old Ben here because we really need to enter the next wave with this back up, and for like 5 cooldown is a pretty long time to wait. You don't want to just take this for granted either. Like, you're still, like, the spies will eat you if you let them. But at the same time, you don't want to just Unga Bunga damage out either, because, like, if we just hit this right now, we're speeding up our timer pretty immensely. Like, I could do this just to demonstrate, but, like, I don't know. It's a bit spooky to me. And because we got both ability blocks on both spies, this is also essentially increasing the clock on when the first nukes will come out by yet another turn, because they aren't waiting to, like, they aren't about to nuke, they're about to cycle and then nuke. With that being said, though, Grandmaster Yoda can't cycle himself back to do another battle meditation, so he might give them a bump up turn meter, which is, let's call it less than ideal. Let's steal some stealth. Old Ben taunts, you don't really have to save it for in between waves. I don't really mind using it here. It gives everyone else defense up as well, which is just good value. At this point, I think it's pretty important not to use Mark. A, you're saving the cooldown, but more importantly, it just has to do with, we still need 3 more Old Ben turns, and Mark is just a pretty big DPS boost because we're getting Grandmaster Yoda hits as well as Grandmaster Yoda turn meter. So, again, we need the frog to mellow out a bit, so we're just gonna kind of let him do his own thing. Like, you don't need to mellow out to the point that you're just... Ooh. Okay, that was Savior proc. Holden might die here. Nah, not actually. We actually, I didn't look at Grandmaster Yoda's turn. We might have had Battle Meditation available there that we just didn't use. It's possible. So losing Savior there isn't actually something that's like significantly terrible. It might feel bad, but really, so the second Yoda Zeta, the one that resets cooldown when somebody dies, you're essentially racking up this catalog of Master's training on everybody. I usually do Jolie second, just as like insurance, just to try to make sure that he doesn't die. But mostly I do Grandmaster Yoda first, Jolie second, and then usually Old Ben third. Like, it's not because I expect Revan to die, but just getting the reset with Old Ben, because Old Ben is most likely to get focused down, just feels really good to me. So like in this case, the spies are healthy enough. We could probably get away with using direct focus without ending too quickly. It's kind of on the fringe, especially since we have so many damage buffs. Let's just continue playing slow. Once you get these damage buffs up, things end a lot, or things can close out a lot quicker than you expect sometimes. Alright, we could do something like another swap to Old Ben. Their cooldowns are starting to get close to cycling back around. We just need to make sure we Battle Meditation in time. Usually I try to make sure that I don't use Battle Meditation before the wave ends. Just because it's such an important part for cycling through Droid Battalion stacks, but... Let's see. Like, their basics can't kill Jolie. There isn't really that much to stress about here. We could swap just to try to get these exposes off of JKR, but... Okay. We have Mind Tricks back up. Jolie, I don't really mind blowing as a cooldown. If Old Ben dies here, it's not that bad. It's not. This team doesn't have that much difficulty with getting Jolie cooldown reduction back up. Okay. Splash should kill him. The problem is if we splash into Battle Meditation, the basic might bring him really low. This is a bit of a difficult prelude to set up. Decently high turn meters on these two, but again, it's just like if we're facing a B2 next wave and we open up with a JKR swap to Old Ben, then it's still not necessarily ideal. So feels kind of bad to leave Master Training up sometimes, but it's just that's just how it goes sometimes. Everyone has tenacity, so he'll use the exposes and land none of them. Okay, I take it back. I don't think this really changes anything. It's probably going to lead to a Geo kill soon, if not exactly here. Let's see. I actually wouldn't hate entering this next wave like this. We have Grandmaster Yoda 100% turn meter. Jolie's about to revive. I think like if you do the tier 2 mission with Night Sisters, like you know how you can leave Talia dead and then revive her and she'll be max turn meter. I tried that with Old Ben yesterday and it actually didn't work, so I don't think we can apply those rules necessarily. But like, you could swap to Jolie and then have Jolie revive, but I think that kills most of our preload value. And having, like, I've entered plenty of ways with Old Ben dead and it's not actually the worst thing. Especially with Jolie ready to revive pretty much now, so. Assuming we have offense up, I think it's pretty safe to assume that this gets the kill here. We could just mark now, and it's not that bad at all. Yeah, let's try this. Actually, I wonder. If Jolie has assist, there's a decent argument to make that we could swap, have Jolie call Yoda, and then we still keep direct focus, plus Grandma's Yoda turn. It means that Old Ben's Resurrect is way, way, way stalled out though. Let's just do this. Let's just try this. Like, that's the thing. Trying to make guides for this, there's never really a perfect choice. It's all about, like, risk assessment, basically. Okay, no B2 to worry about. Plenty of threats to worry about. We're definitely going to be going hard on this early on. One thing to keep in mind with Sniper Droid on the field is the more ham you go with assassinating droid battalion stacks early on, you are going to feed the crap out of sniper droid stacks. So it's really something you have to play against, keep in mind. It's always a factor. It does kind of punish us for using direct focus immediately, because direct focus is our best means of controlling him. The problem is, if we use this now, I feel like we lose a lot of control. I don't think Old Ben's turn is going to be coming soon, so we'll just revive with Jolie, and that's kind of the end of that. I don't know if that feels great to me. Let's cycle for 80%. It's still not that many stacks on Sniper Droid yet. Yeah, see, Jolie's Terminator is not much. We could go for a Terminator reduction. He's just going to use this, so we should, emphasis on should, get an Old Ben turn first. I think we'll be okay. So let's just... There's a B2 kill plus... you had to do it! Okay. We have JKR swap, so we can just immediately remind trick. That's actually not that bad. Is there any reason not to? I mean, Spy's about to go. We want the tenacity. This feels good to me. Really hope that we can get the swap into Old Ben. I think we do. Alright, we can steal offense up. Hopefully get a Terminator reduction and the stun. Perfect. To me, at this point, this wave feels pretty comfy. It's not quite there, but we got good Terminator coming in on Yoda. Yoda can finish off the Sniper Droid before he can get anything off. There's still some timers that we're on, but like we should have Taunt on Old Ben coming up shortly, I think. I think we're good. We could call Jolie to assist here, just to get his revive cooldown cycling a little bit. Like, Revan's assists aren't that high value either. Let's try calling Jolie. Yeah. Sniper Droid down. Everything pretty okay for the most part. We don't have tenacity anymore. We kind of went too hard on turns, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Hopefully we don't. And we have Old Ben taunting, so realistically it's not that sweaty yet. Kind of talking about, like, this is one of the weird situations where, like, you have to pace finishing, but also you're facing two pretty high threat targets and one... Hey, Geo Soldier is a solid threat. Like, not like Clock kill on you, like, will kill Jolie, but I think there's a decent justification for using direct focus on BX here. It'll give Grandmaster Yoda Terminator so we can get the tenacity up. We'll slow down Spy as well. We just really need to start slowing down if we can on the remaining. Yeah, we just gotta... 2 cooldown left. Yeah, like in this case, like if we use Master's Training here, we would have it all 4, but also we're just gonna... There's no way we get Mind Tricks back up in time. I think this is a case where there's a decent argument to make for actually using Unstoppable Force, just because we won't get as much turn meter. It's more damage, but it stalls out Yoda's next turn. Well, Ben actually lived. Master's Training pretty good. So once Old Ben takes this turn, his next turn will cause Mind Tricks to be back up. I think I like the Yoda assist here. Let's see if we can try to line up. Ooh. Now, so I was thinking we could just try to use this. Sometimes it's a decent play to use this to kill a wave. Like, basically just lock it in. This is exactly what you want. If this was old Ben with Mind Tricks, then I would say, like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. But he does not, so... We didn't crit there. That's perfect. In this case, we could use Master's Training. Since he's already going to die in the next hit, this is kind of overkill. It kind of works out as being a positive play. Obviously, the Mass Assist can be good for, like, whittling some B2 stacks, so I think either case really kind of works. This is going to give Spy turn meter, so I'm fine with that choice. See, if we had Master's Training on this turn, though, this actually would have been a pretty sick finisher. High, high, high. Like, this would have been a picture-perfect round finish. See, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This... I think I'm just going to do it. We'll have opening Mind Trick. Jolie can just call Yoda to assist. Did we use it? I think we might have used it. It might be on cooldown, but even still, you get the point. High, high, high. This will reset him back to 0, but we have ways to drag him back up, so yeah. Okay, still fine. Jolie with the finishing kill. Alright, check this out. Boom. Immediate control, we have direct focus. We have SA on Yoda, so B2 won't counter us. But we can steal stealth anyway, so it's fine. In this case, we just need 2 hits, so we could just call Riven to assist for a turn meter on him. I don't hate that. It's kind of bad for Yoda cycling, though. You know what? Their turn meter is low enough. I think we can play a little bit conservative here. Actually, this works well too, because then we get SA on Riven for the swap, and we have Yoda in stealth. So it's actually pretty good. What do you even do again? Doesn't he have, like... Oh, he's ability blocked. Or there's someone who summons him. I forgot. Okay, kind of interesting. I assume he still has his counter. Yeah, still 1 in 3 chance. Okay. Let's just go back. Spy giving us the renewable stealth resource. We're pretty much fine here. It's just a very weird team in that respect. Like, all of the advantages are incremental, but as long as you're juggling them correctly, it all adds up very, very, very quickly. Yoda's next turn is going to be a stealth, so there's no reason to kill B1 here. He's just about to kill him anyway. Did I mistime that? I was positive we just did a basic turn after splash. Eh. Gonna be kind of a 50-50 on if Yoda goes before this B1, but it's a 4-stack B1. The damage isn't gonna be that bad anyway. Realistically speaking. Yeah, we got it. Stole the south back. Old Ben is extremely far from Mind Tricks. You could argue that. Like, this would be sick for killing BX, but I think it's a little bit irresponsible. We could just go for turn meter reduction here. We just want to neutralize the elite threat. This might be a misplay. Let's pop this. Alright, Spy's not ability blocked. He's about to cycle soon. I kind of want to get that tenacity up. Jolie should have assist on his turn, so I think we can just... Alright, we got 3 turns and 2 enemies. It's gonna take a while. Nuke did nothing. Good old Ben. Lunging Strike is up. There's not really that much to dispel, but if old Ben dies here, we cannot bring him back, so it's a little bit scary. Hopefully we get a turn meter reduction or a stun. We got both. It's a lot of damage though. Kind of need to try to spread this out. Ideally we want this last hit to be a Grandmaster Yoda hit so that he won't get turn meter and it will just draw this wave out a lot. Ooh, this is coming back up. This will cycle him immediately to nuke. We don't have a taunt up. It should not kill Jolie, but it's still one of the things I would rather not leave up to chance. Okay, we got mind tricks up. If we call Yoda to assist here and it gets him low, I don't think this will set up a good reload, so I think we need a basic here. That's all we're really trying to navigate right now. I don't think direct focus here will kill, and it's going to leave old Ben about 50%. We could just try to end with another Mortar Strike, but... Oh man, I'm just going to miss my arena payout at this point. Shit. Alright. If we swap to Jolie, and then Jolie could have Yoda do a kill shot, that would be insane, but I don't think I see that happening. It still might be the best route to go here, though. Because it'll leave JKR at anything above 0%. If Splash could kill here, this would be fantastic. I don't think it will. Yeah. Not the best preload going into the last wave. I don't think there's any reason to pop that either. Let's just cross fingers, I guess. Ooh, GB is a bit rough. I've tried a bunch of different things in the past. I kind of want to try just like nuking out. So I've won by sniping side people before, and I've won just by face racing Brood Alpha, but neither feel great is how I put it. And Brood Alpha is very tanky. Brood Alpha is obviously resistance to mortar, so it kind of makes me favor leaning towards giving, like trying to mark Soldier and do it that way, because Soldier will just be squishier and easier to kill. I don't know what feels best. I don't have a clear answer for this wave yet. I've had failures and successes doing both ways. Let's... You're really just kind of trying to brute force down their collective health pool. It's like the least finesse possible to take into this matchup. I'm not a fan of using that move, but I think it might be higher value to hit GB on the side here. I was really hoping to establish old Ben taunt. I mean, if they just go for the kill on him, it's not that bad either, but... Not the best turn meter on the swap, but at least let's establish this. The hope was just to make sure that they were aiming at him long enough that he would become the favorite, because I think even at what he was before, they would still see other people as squishier. So kind of got what I want there, but we'll see. Building block, not great. I wonder if going Poggle first might actually be a decent value. Let's see. Feels kind of lame to pivot halfway there, but let's see how this feels. I mean, this will kill him. I know that for sure. Can't check what the cooldowns are. It might be best just to do tenacity first. It's a bit ugly. What's the potency on Old Ben? He's got a primary and a potency set. Alright, that'll be it for this wave. But yeah, unfortunate. The wave is just a complete slugfest. I wouldn't say it's fully at the mercy of targeting, but like, I don't know, there's a lot of back and forth. Alright, I really need to mod swap and go to Arena. Has there been any recent talk about raising the level cap? Only from fear-mongering from people who expect the worst from CG. Nothing actually from CG. I mean, I just, like, what would it even add to the game, really, aside from a credit crunch? Like, there's no... Any fear-mongering that revolves around level cap increase or anything like that, I think we just want relics instead, right? That's all it was. Yeah, I wouldn't overthink it. I know that there are some people that I know that are just... Oh god, chat box. Chat box, please. There are some people who are still like hoarding credits expecting it to happen someday, and like that's not to say that it'll never happen someday, but like people were saying, TB is very clearly lining up for a level cap increase, and like, no, you can find success. Again, it's mostly just about TB fundamentals and knowing like you really need to understand how to enter and exit waves, and that isn't even like you learn to do that and it guarantees success. That is just like to get your foot in the door. That is just so that you don't crash and burn at the start of wave 2. But yeah, hopefully that explains some of it. It's mostly just a thought process, right? And again, there's no like, I can't, even like Kiarimundi special mission, there's a flowchart to that, and like, right, because you just look for conditions, you respond to them, it's just whatever. But with combat missions, you really just need to know your team, know your mod, know your strength level, and just know like, you need to be planning turns ahead so that you can try to end the wave as successfully as possible. Right, like we slow burn so that we could get Old Ben back up online. Oh god, is this even gonna work? 10 minutes for 3 battles. Wait, did we? No, we attacked number 9. I'm pretty sure. Speedrun. Kind of like accelerating Ray at this point. It is annoying that she puts it on Revan, but hopefully. Yeah, mark him. I do not care. Is this Ray team built incorrectly? Or is it meant to smokescreen on Ray? I don't think I've fought this team before. It's kind of interesting. Like, I can't actually do a Ray nuke in time. Now I can. Did we bug? Of course we did. Good stuff. I love it. Perfect time for it to happen as well. Trying to finish climbing. Yeah. She's figuring stuff out. Still in the ones. Sometimes it wears off after a while, but I'm not holding out hope yet. Okay, we are doing normal damage again. All she had to do is reactivate ults. Weird. I don't even know if I'm supposed to like try to time my ult now or what the fuck. What if I just pop auto? Yeah, this GK setup is really, really confusing. Because, like, he just gets pulled out the moment that he goes into stealth. I don't really see much value. It's all gray. Okay, they are back to being unhurtable again. Uh-huh. The health over times on Ray weren't really doing us a whole lot of favors here, but it was never clear when to line up a nuke anyway. R2 has light, but right now, I think we just need to drop a nuke in GK and try to go from there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was the start of her ults. I don't think we just have the time left to actually DPS race, but we could just pop auto. I'm starting to understand, like, you can't actually see when stuff is happening, but it's still just really clunky. That should have been a whirlwind over here. Okay, I at least understand now. You just have to look for the beams by the allies. It's a really annoying bow to play against them. Alright, once more with feeling. 5 minutes for 3 fights. What could possibly go wrong? I guess at the start they all have crit immunity, so it ends up being a bit annoying. Like, GK doesn't get dragged out immediately, so fair play to that. It is decently annoying for the mirror. Ray mirrors are garbage? I really don't mind it, it's just the fact that the animation bug came up. I don't think I've lost the Rainier in months. Like when it first came around, it was more annoying, but you just have to time the ult to go after their ult. That's pretty much it. There is one team with Hermit Yoda and Ray that's a little bit annoying, but again. I don't really bother worrying about ults until I can pop a couple of people with Whirlwinds. I don't know this. Well, they have Savior, so this is really a great time to put it on, or to use it on GK anyway. Alright. This team is just a little bit annoying. I think it's still actually winnable, but. I don't think we're actually past Whirlwind thresholds, so I don't know if that technically activates it. Okay, we were. Hoi. Okay. I don't think we'll potentially get 30% terminator, but yeah, let's look at activation timing. Yeah, R2 stealthing area is kind of weird. L3 thick as fuck. Our next one should probably go on R2. It'll take them a little bit to get the activation on it though. It's one tragedy with L3 being so damn tanky. That's also the one thing that can happen sometimes if you're... Yeah, doesn't matter. TMP's Ray is something that I did at first and then stopped doing and then kind of brought back again. It can be a little bit annoying to line up, especially because sometimes you'll have to delay turns, but that will throw off your clock on ults on the second time around, like what just happened there. Especially once numbers start dwindling, you get it a lot less. I don't think this Whirlwind will actually kill. Yeah. That at least got us to the point where this Whirlwind should kill. Okay. Biggest concern right now is their Ray's about to ult, and our Ray will not be able to take the damage, so definitely a bit spooky. I think we actually might lose this. I mean, we got the full sweep on everyone else, but the R2 smokescreen threw things off too much. Yeah, called it. I've been messing around with Ray regen piece against Kylo. Well, I'm pretty sure that's just the end of the payout. Fair enough. I did it for the stream. Combat missions for content. Like, I'd actually recently been playing around with just leave. Like, as long as I know that my Ray is slower and that she'll always ult. Almost always. There are some exceptions. You don't really need to give Ray any gear piece in a matchup. It usually just works fine. Like, Watt dying here isn't even really that bad. You really just need to make sure that the first Whirlwind goes on Revan and not GK here. We're gonna give them a Whirlwind, L3 can take it, but we're probably better off just aiming at Watt. Interesting mark, I guess. Once she runs out of protection, Gas will start pressuring to be squishier. I usually see that happen. Got the kill with the Whirlwinds, even though we rocked Savior. Kind of unfortunate, but eh. I don't think I've fought Jedi with Bot yet. Mostly people just run Megiddo for my turn. I don't know why teams are getting so weird suddenly. Alright, let's see. Alright, perfect. Just want a whirlwind on Revan. I've not had to work this hard for a whirlwind in God knows how long. Like, it's never taken this long. I don't know what's happening differently tonight. And I guess we just have GK dead at this point, but like, sheesh. This regen piece feels like it's kind of wasting time focusing Revan, but again, I've just never had a matchup where I left him up this long. This looks like a kill. Is this bait? This feels like bait. Weird. That's one of the weirder Red Mirrors I've ever played. I don't think I've played against Watt with GK though. That's kind of cute. I don't know. Watt GK, Revan forces you more likely into using Savior. Weird. R2 smokescreen on Rey, and Watt GK. Yeah, I don't hate him. The R2, I think the first R2 attempt we won. If that bug didn't happen, like we had everything pretty much under control. Weird. All right, I've been streaming plenty long enough. Weird. All right. Yeah, let's call that. That's a 2.5 hour stream. Jesus, I don't even know why. Sure. Using JK or lead with Rey to climb. Yeah, having non-ult Rey just makes it a lot clunkier. I'd imagine especially now, dude. I do not know how non-ult Rey is supposed to beat this. Like, you can't even crit anymore. Like, what do you have to work with aside from just running a non-Rey counter? That's awkward. Oh, that sucks. I missed arena payout. Alright, we'll see what happens. If it ships at least. Yeah, it's called at the end of the stream. Hope you all have a fun rest of your evening. Hope you all are doing well. Goodbye. Good evening. Good luck.